boys. We here with Reselling 101. It is Thursday, March 11th. For the people that haven't seen this before, this is a segment where we just talk about anything resale. We're going to talk about the different markets that we're involved in, talk a little bit about everything that we've been watching, things to expect, and things to look out for. So with that being said, I'm Daniel.
I'm Chris.
I'm Ethan, and if you're loving Resell 101, hit that subscribe below.
Yeah, this is a weekly thing. We do it every Thursday, post it every Thursday. So we'll be talking about, what's coming out, which we'll do today on today's episode. We'll talk about certain things like, explaining different markets we're involved in, such as cars, which is today's topic. And just give a breakdown on that. Me and Ethan got a few cards to show, and Chris is going to be asking the questions since he's not really involved in the card market too much. So he's trying to see, what does a person like him do to get involved now?
Yeah, I got hella questions. Hopefully, I got hella answers.
Bro, we wait for this. And then, we got some sneakers to show off. I got the UNC ones behind me back there. Show that off a little bit. I know Ethan got some stuff he want to show too.
Maybe I do. Let's see. Yeah, tune in.
I hope so, because it's Reselling 101. I mean, you can make me look bad if I'm saying you got something that you don't. Like,
the viewers have to tune in. It's not, they gotta stay here. You know what I mean? They gotta wait.
It's not granted, you know what I'm saying?
You got a point. So, with that being said, let's get it.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
So, Chris, floor is yours. Ask away. Me and Ethan got some cards on us, so we'll give you examples. We'll try to break this down as well as we can for you.
All right. So, I guess my first question is, how can one make money off of cards? What are these cards? What are the specifics? Like, I don't know. Cards are cards to me, but I just feel like that's a market I've never even thought about. How'd you guys get into it? Better question.
Ethan, you want to start? Or you want me to start? Or
I'll let you start then.
So, reason I got into it was my dad. He been had cards for the longest, so I've always seen cards. I used to get baseball cards when I was younger, in the early 2000s and late. I want to say late 2000s too. But then with the card market being the way it was, everybody kind of just was buying everything and anything, and there really wasn't any much resale value to it. And then, as the card market died out, Topps and Panini started realizing, we're kind of screwing this up. Let's try to fix this. And they have fixed the hell out of it. Ethan, you can
So,
take it now.
What do you say, Chris?
I was gonna say when you say fixed it, what do you mean? Was it just it was just, mass producing cards? Is that what you're getting to?
Yeah, they were just mass producing.
Or is it more just?
Yeah, they were mass producing a hell lot of cards, and then they started doing the numbered cards, which Ethan could probably break down a little bit more too, because I know that Ethan's the one that got me into this a little bit too when he reminded me that they fixed it. So I'll let Ethan explain a little bit of that, and he could explain, how he got into it and stuff.
Yeah.
So for me, it was Gary Vee, which everybody should know. He's a very big influence person to everybody. Business, sports, a little bit of everything. Big Jets fan, not go there. But he put me on to cards because he had these. First, it was a Kevin Durant. He had 10 PSA 10s, which is a graded perfect score. And they go for right now $3,000 each. So to have something like that and it's worth that much, he really put me onto it. And going to what Dan just got, we have a bunch of cards that we can actually show and describe why they go for money. And I'll show you the first one right now. This is Jimmy Butler right here. The patch is what makes it part of his jersey. Everybody has, when they have the patch, it has to be part of his jersey. Now they're just.
Oh.
Got me a little Chase Young there.
And if you can see, it's numbered. I don't know if you can see it. Out of 179.
Yeah.
So, granted, are those jersey cards always granting money? Because I've seen like toppers and the regular baseball cards with jerseys on them. So distinguish the difference.
It pretty much like it depends on what part of the jersey it is, like, and the number on the card. So, and if there's an autograph. So pretty much this Chase Young card probably be like $30 right now, but
Okay.
it won't be as much compared to, like, let's say I have a Zach Moss here for now, just for an example. This Zach Moss has the autograph, the patch, and is numbered out of 99. So granted, this is going to be more money because it's numbered, it's got the autograph, and it has the jersey patch. So,
Yeah.
the Zach Moss card will be worth more if he does well. Or I have this, which freaking Panini still playing games with me and not sending my crap in yet. This is pretty much something you pull inside the packs. And what this does is you got to scratch the code and you got to send in the code to them. And this is pretty much what this Zach Moss is, but Justin Jefferson. And the Justin Jefferson card is numbered out of 25. So that's probably my most valuable card right now, without a doubt.
Really?
So, like I said, the jersey patch is worth money, guaranteed, but it just depends how the jersey patch is like aligned with other stuff and what else it has on it.
Okay. So that leads me to another question. I noticed you said numbered. What does numbered got to do with cards? Like, is it obviously the lower the amount of those cards bringing out, the better they are?
Yeah, so I mean, it just depends on some of the cards because, like, for some weird reason, there's certain people that, like, no matter what card you have, it's going to go for money, such as, like
Hmm.
LeBron or Luca or Zion, John Morant, Tom Brady when he was a, like, young kid or even now when he's with the Bucks. So it really just depends. Like, I
Hmm.
have Aaron Rodgers. This is a silver variation. It's out of 80. Ethan got a Luca right there. That's numbered or?
No, it's not a big.
Yeah, so
So
like
it's
for
still
example,
decent.
Ethan's regular Luca just because of Luca might go for more money than my numbered out of 80 Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers has been around for so long that people will be like, nah, I want his rookie card or some weird stuff. Like the market's just weird. There's certain things you just can't explain, but other things make sense. So obviously the numbered card makes it a little more valuable because there's not so many, but at the same time, like don't go yourself don't go out there killing yourself trying to get a number card because some people are gonna go for money regardless.
Got you. Okay. Hmm. That is a little interesting. So, uh, give me where would you buy these cards? Like, to be honest, I'm sure just like anybody else here, when you think of cards, you're thinking like, all right, I'm gonna go to Walmart and there's an aisle at Walmart or Target that just has cards. Like, is that where I'm gonna find these cards?
Yeah, that's some of them. Walmart, Target.
So you could dead find like some exclusive cards in Target and Walmart.
Well, the packs itself. So you walk in and you see like the tops pack or like a panini pack, and you're like, okay, $20. Let me grab it, see what's inside. It's all the risk once you open it. So once you open the box, that's it. Now it's whatever card you have is what you get. So you can get something crazy like a 1 out of 10 and it's worth $300, $400. Or you can get a base card and it's just $1. Like it's taking a risk. It's like you're throwing yourself
Yeah.
out there to open it, but you can walk into Walmart and they'll have it. Like lately, the hype on them is so much. Like for every single sports, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. So it's like hard to like walk in nowadays to like grab one because they're already sold out.
Yeah.
But that's when you go into eBay and that's when you look at different cards and different packs.
So essentially, if you can get your hand on a pack at Walmart, pay $20 for it, not open it, and sell it on the eBay, you could essentially flip that.
Yeah,
Easily.
like it's easy,
Not
but
even knowing what's in it.
nah,
Yep.
because it's just easy money. It just goes based on who's like the rookie class of that year and what players performed very well around that time. Like obviously, if you get Tom Brady on the Bucks right now, like that's gonna be worth money because he just won a championship with the Bucks. So like even me, I have a
Yeah.
few base Tom Brady cards, or I even have an insert of Tom Brady, which we'll explain what an insert is. So this is like a silver airborne Tom Brady, and dope card, and that's gonna be worth something because he won a chip with the Bucks, so that already cements him as a champion with the Bucks. So people obviously are going to be
Yeah.
looking out for that. So essentially, you could open the box, make some money, or you could just keep the box closed if you don't want to take that risk. And you're still going to make money depending on what happened that year.
Okay. That's interesting because I feel like that opens some avenues as a reseller or just trying to make money in general. Like if you can get your hands on a couple of these, you can make a couple. What would you say? What's the average on a box? Because I could tell you the average on a used shoe at the snap of a finger. Like I'm sure you guys could tell me the average of an off-white off the snap of your finger. Like all right, it makes $400. Like all right, what's this? What's the snap of a finger? You could tell me on an unopened box of cards. What are you gonna make on it?
So it always
Like
depends
if
on the
you could get a
season.
rough estimate.
It's always double. No matter what, it's double. At most, it's triple, quadruple your investment. Um, every box that's like in the season, like get into the season, like MLB, right now is going. You can double your profit easily. $20 box, you make it $40 easily.
Okay.
Now it all depends which box too, because if they're more limited, then you can even get up to 100. It all depends which box you get.
And the year, because obviously, if you got like a 2015 box, who really gonna have 2015 boxes with you? Like, so if you hold it for a long
Yeah.
time, man, like let's say there's a chance that box contains Luka's rookie card, everybody's gonna be like, "Holy crap! I'm down to spend $600 because Luka's worth $10,000 right now."
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how you can make your easy money. But like Ethan said, it really just depends on the boxes too, because some of these boxes ain't worth nothing. Some of them are worth a lot. If they're flying off the shelf, you know it's worth a lot. If it ain't going anywhere and it's still there, and there's a limit to buy, because now I know a lot of these stores are doing that too, where you have a limit to buy one of each item. Um, Clearly, you don't pick that box up.
Yeah. Okay.
So like
Wow. So
let's. How are you say, Chris?
I was gonna say, like, if you got the like, what are some of the off rip like boxes you'd say if you see them at Target, grab them, like, or if you see them at Walmart, grab them, like
Def,
what are some of those off rip boxes that you can at least double your money?
Definitely. Like lately, I went to Target and got a Topps box MLB updated series for like the past year, and that you already know you're a big baseball fan. You already know the rookies that Tatis Junior's in it. Like there's so many people you can grab in that pack. So right there, I copped it for 20 each, and I made that profit easily, 40 each. Um, Always NBA hoops, NBA, almost anything you just go and grab. Football is a little
Okay.
bit different. Football, you gotta look into which ones are better than the other. That'll probably be like the only thing you gotta look at.
Yeah, the two that are doing
Mm.
pretty good for football are Prism, which is big for like almost every sport, NBA too. And I have one called NFL Rookies and Stars. That pack has been around for a minute, and there's some cards in those packs that go for money. That's the only reason I opened it, because I saw that there was some cards that go for money from that pack. So I was like, I'm gonna take this chance,
Yeah.
and it's paid off so far. But yeah, Prism and there's just certain ones, but Prism overall is just that one like that everybody knows. Oh, and Optic. Those two
Yeah.
are like for basketball and football. Once you see that, just grab it and keep running with it.
The little trick, in my opinion, what I do for eBay, there's a barcode on the top right when you list sale. Literally just scan the barcode. It'll tell you how much I go for.
Okay. So kind of like you would do on a StockX or a Goat, where you just off rip, like you can see what they're going for. Damn, that's good money right there. So, all right, continue on though. Continue on what you were gonna say, because I could just keep asking questions and we'll be here all day.
Well, go to the packs. So right now for last year, these are your two ones you're looking for. Ja and Zion. Like last year was insane. So let's say 20 years from now, they're graded. They have the best career of their lives. They'll probably go for like 1,000, 2,000. But that's like a long hold. Say you just want a quick sell. This right now could probably go for 20, 30 ungraded. And you probably spend like probably 20 on the whole box. You're just getting this one card that you can just sell quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was my thing
Okay.
too. Like that's kind of what I look at. I'll pay like let's say $90 resale for a box, and then I'll be like, all right, I was able to get $130. Then that still ain't the ceiling. I'm gonna keep buying at this price because, like for example, I've gotten the football packs, and I've gotten rookie rush Justin Herbert and Justin Jefferson base rookie card, but I also have like different inserts of him in that rookie card. Like I said, I got a signed Xavier McKinney from the Giants. Pretty decent rookie from the Giants, Chris, as you know. So if he goes off, that's easy money. And there's just certain, like you just got to know the rookie class, and like me and Ethan were saying, like just who's around at that time. And once you open, like you know
Okay.
the risk you're taking when you're opening it.
Yeah. So let's say you do end up going for like the long haul. What's the peak of those things getting sold? Like, should they be sold right when that player is hitting his peak, or would you say a career, or is it kind of give or take?
It's more give
Because
or take.
personally, I think you would sell that like right when they're peaking. I don't know. If you have like a bunch of just like different cards, I feel like selling them at their peak might be the easiest bet versus waiting another 10 years till they retire or whatever the case
I,
may be.
I'll let Ethan explain this a little bit better, but like the only thing I'm gonna say is that this is pretty much like the stock market. Long story short of sports, like you're gonna have cards and you'll think to yourself like, "Oh, I'm gonna sell this right now. There's no way this player can get any better." Next thing you know, like they go on a playoff run, they win a championship, and then you're looking at the prices, and you're like, "Crap, I should have just kept it for 2 more months." Like, what was I thinking?
Yeah. Okay.
So going to what you're saying, Chris, like say they're generational talent. Like say it's LeBron James. They'll sell no matter what. Like which one do you have
Yeah.
right now?
Lamar.
Yeah, like generational, like they already have like they're gonna have the best seasons. Only thing that will
Mm-hmm.
be hurt is injuries. So if they're injury prone and you know that already, just sell him. They're already at his peak. Um, but like let's say
Patrick Mahomes.
LeBron, Patrick Mahomes, who already has their legacy to the top already, I would definitely just wait. Now the new people like Zion and Ja, if you really believe them, like really, really want to invest yourself to say they're gonna have the best career, then I would hold for long run just to make the max profit. But like you said, who knows how good they're gonna get? Like, what if they get hurt and their season's done? Like, let's say someone grabbed the 2007 Greg Oden rookie card, and a year later he's not playing for the NBA anymore. Like, you would be pissed.
With D Rose too.
Okay.
Everybody thought D Rose was gonna be that dude, and then he just kind of like the only thing that's gonna save him though is Hall of Fame. Like once he gets that accolade, the card might shoot right back up if he goes into the Hall of Fame. So it's that like that's how you gotta look at it. Like, all right, do I have someone that can honestly go to the Hall of Fame? Do I have someone that's gonna make a difference for the next 5 years? Like, unless there's an injury, like that's kind of how you gotta look at it. Because I have like Antoine Winfield rookie card, like base card and shit, and obviously with the hype built around him now after going like this to Tyreek Hill, like that card might be worth a little bit more now. So you just gotta
Like,
see, like you just gotta play it and see it. If you see like concerning signs, then you can probably sell it when he's peaking, like you said. But people like Patrick Mahomes, Lamar, or even like Saquon Barkley, like easy money makers if they can just stay healthy and keep their career on track.
Yeah. Okay. No further questions for me on that, though.
Uh, Either you want to kind of explain the different variations and stuff of cards and inserts and all that stuff? 'Cause I know like I just showed these two, and these two are like completely different cards, even though they're the same
I got you.
base. Because I
Got you.
like
Got you.
let me just talk about this real quick. So I got these are inserts, Chris. Inserts are pretty much like different variations of cards you can get within a pack, and like they just come differently. So this Lamar Jackson is like a white variation. They come white, silver is like the basic one. Then there's white. Then I think purple's next. I got a Brett Favre downstairs that's out of 35 purple, and this Saquon Barkley that's green is 5 out of 5. So there's only 4 other people that have this card with me right now. So this
Really?
obviously will go for money. Yeah, 5 out of 5. So 4 other people have this card
Wow.
somewhere, or either A, have not found it yet. So if I just hold it and Saquon can do his thing, like people will see a 5 out of 5, and if I get it graded, which I have two here of Mellow that I saw on eBay one day, and I was like, nah, I need to get these just because it's Mellow. Um, Getting them graded, they put them in this little thing from PSA, and one is a Gem Mint 10 and the other one's a Mint 9. Like Mint 9 is pretty much a 10. There's just one little thing that won't make it a 10. And I know Ethan could talk about grading a little bit too, but grading
I
makes
was
sense.
just gonna ask that. Yeah. So grading makes the what?
That's what makes the resale. Like if you don't have it graded,
Okay.
there's little to make a profit. But as soon as you get it graded, they're crisp, everything is perfect. That shoots up ridiculous. I'm talking about like $300, $400 off one card. Um, Grading is what's most important because you can look at this card and not know if the corners are good, the centered. Like there's so many little things you have to worry about. But as soon as you put a PSA 10, there's already $300 worth this card.
Yeah, so like my Justin
Wow. Okay.
Jefferson,
And
I've seen the price $300 raw. If I get it graded, I could probably sell it for like a K to 2K depending on that grade easily.
wow, really? So when it comes to grading, what is like the parameters of saying, hey, like, all right, this card, I think I should get it graded. I think like, all right, who should I get this graded by? Because I'm sure there's more than just one person that grades cards out there. Am I correct or incorrect?
Yeah, there's a few.
Okay, so who should I go get this graded by? What are the parameters you guys would say, or like what are some of the things you guys think about when it comes to these things?
Yeah, I'll let you
I
go.
say PGA is probably, I mean, PGA is probably the best one. There's BGS too, but the most trustworthy out of all of them will be PGS because they've been known for so long. They grade so many cards.
Yeah, and PSA has
Um,
like an open thing of grading like a lot of stuff, memorabilia, like all that stuff. So they pretty much do all the grading for everything. But Ethan, you can keep going. I just want to add that in.
BGS is kind of like the same thing, but like it's just not as known as the other one. So I would say to get the best buck, I will go with PGA. PGA.
Okay, and what are kind of like the pricings for it? Like, you really have to know what your card is worth to get it graded.
Yeah,
It all depends on value and how many cards you have.
yeah, because it's
Okay,
what ten
so I
dollars to
guess
get each one
the
graded, right? $10 each or whatever for like, and you have to send like it's not like you just send in like 3 cards. You got to send in like 200 cards at a time to get them graded, or 100, something like that.
The more, the better. Like, say you have 1,000 cards, it'll be like $5. If you have like 20 cards, it'll be like $20 each. Now the value, like, say they already know it's worth $1,000, it'll be more because they have to confirm every little thing.
so they'll literally bill you on a per card basis, and you got to
Yep.
come in and enter each card that you're sending in, like stuff like that.
Yeah,
Okay, wow, that's interesting. All right, man. So like, question.
that's
I'm
good.
sure there's mad people like me. I did. Dan has said it before. There pops that has binders of, all these array of sports from like the past like 5 decades that they've been alive. Uh, how do you go about cards like that in situations like that? Like, where can you add value in those situations? Like, is there any value in those situations? Better question.
Depending the card you have, because Flair was the number one go-to company to manufacture cards. Anything that's not really Flair would be like, I mean, it'll look nice, but it could just be fake. Like it could just be BS cards that were just produced just to produce.
Yeah, because I know Tops and Upper Doug made cards around that time too, but they like mass produced the hell out of those cards to the point where like
Yeah,
you might have a Jordan, you might think it's worth something. You look back and it's selling for like $2 on eBay because there's like 2,000 other people that are selling the car with
it's,
you or more. Like there's like 20,000 cars in the market.
yeah.
Like
And I feel like that comes to play with like a lot of those old cards because that was more of a thing in their, how can you say, like within their childhood. Like, because I know my pops, my uncles, like, I've got like myself just from, they wanted to throw it away and I take it, and I got two huge binders of cards, and I don't know what any of that shit is worth. It's just baseball cards, basketball cards, whatever to me. But you said like that's just mass produced, like literally of every card you could think of. So
The
it's a
best
good question. I feel like
I was gonna say the best thing for you, Chris, is just looking back and seeing if you have any rookie cards and what cards are actually in there, and then just seeing how much people are selling them for. Honestly,
okay. Is there service like do those place offer services like that? Like where you would just send in a whole bunch of cards and be like, hey, like which ones are worth money, which ones aren't? Do those any of those places do that or not?
not really. The best thing for PSA is you can
No.
actually see how much people have sold the graded cards before. Through, I think you can sell them through PSA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless I'm bugging you.
Yeah.
So that's one thing you could do, or you can go
Okay.
to I use this website called 130point.com, and you can see how much the card's worth. Like literally just by typing the exact stuff that's on the card. You know, Michael Jordan, 1970, like 19. That's a 1970, 1996 Bulls card tops, and like you will see a bunch of the Jordans, and you'll try to match up which one is yours, or if you have the exact like naming of the card. Because I know, like for example, I got a rookie rush Justin Herbert. There's only one rookie rush Justin Herbert because he's a rookie, so all of them will pop up right away.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing. Just
Got you.
search them up on 130point.com. You can search them up on eBay. I don't know if Ethan uses something else. Even StockX has a few now. They're getting there slowly.
Yeah. Interesting. All right.
So E, you use any other websites or?
Cardboard Connection. That was probably my go-to, and that has every little detail on every single card that has ever came out.
And all these links will be below, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right.
Put it in there. That'll be pretty dope for
Sweet.
some people.
Yeah. Let people see what you guys see. So, I mean, would you say any specific sport or anything like that sells more? Is it more just straight up basketball, or, I mean, is it just kind of all around?
I would say basketball because it's not a position based. With football, usually it's quarterback. You get a handful of running backs and wide receivers that go for money. And same for baseball. You get those handful like pitchers and shortstop. Like it all depends. But with basketball, it's anybody that's talented, doesn't matter position. It doesn't matter. As long as you're scoring and you're getting high stats, then they'll sell. Like what was it? 6.2 million for like a Luka card that just sold
4.6.
4.6.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tom Brady card was sold
That's
for like
crazy.
$1 million. Like, but I mean, like it really just depends on the position and the players. Because the thing is, like, look at my Zach Moss card, for example, right? Like, if I would have gotten it early in the year, I would have been like, damn, yo, like I got who? And then Zach Moss starts going off. But then the people that have Devin Singletary are now looking like, crap, Devin Singletary is taking over him. Like basketball, you don't really got that same worry because once you're a starting point guard, like the only way you're losing your job is you suck or you're hurt. Like that's just what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So you just got to be on top of it because it's literally the stock market of sports. Like it's like any other stock too, like you would say, Chris. Like obviously, if you're putting all your money in, let's say Uber, you got to know what's going on in Uber. Or if you're not looking, next thing you know, you look back and you're like, holy crap, I lost $300 on this.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. All right. Sounds good with me.
When
Looks
you
like
buying
I'm
these
going to
packs,
be going into my local Target and Walmart. One of my local Target and Walmart. I'm going to just start scavenging the shelves. So, thanks, guys.
And the other one is PaniniAmerica.net. That's the direct website for Panini. They do different drops all the time with countdowns and stuff of when the packs are dropping. And they also do Dutch auctions, which is pretty much just an auction, but it goes backwards. So let's say all three of us are trying to buy, the NFL Prism pack. They'll start it at $600, and let's say Chris pays $600. He's like, "Yo, I think it's worth $600. I'm gonna pay $600." It goes down every few seconds, 30 seconds, right? It goes down by like a certain price. Yeah. So then let's say it goes all the way down to $400. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pay $400. I'll buy it for $400, but me buying it for $400 has nothing to do with Chris buying it for $600. So Chris could pay $600, I could pay $400. Ethan will wait and be like, "Yo, I'm not paying that much. I'm waiting for it to reach $250." So Ethan can buy it for $250. I can pay $400, and you can pay $600. It is not based on what price is like the median price, the average price. Nah, like whatever you paid,
It's
that's
just
it.
whatever
Like,
you bid.
yeah.
Wow. So you
So
can have guys literally pay. All right, I think this pack is gonna have a card, and I think it's gonna be worth $1,000. All right, he's the only outlier that pays $1,000 while everybody else thinks it was 250, and literally 10 packs are sold. One is sold for 1,009 or sold for 250.
yep,
That's how it could work.
yep.
Damn.
So
Okay.
it's just
Like,
knowing.
how would you gauge? How would you know? Better question. Like, what resources do you use to gauge those things? Is it just prior years or?
For the most part, prior years, or you look at what's in that pack, because they'll show you some of the cards in the pack, and just based on the style, like there's just certain style arts that pop out so much better with people than others. So obviously, if they're doing, I know they did an auction. They just auctioned Don Ross, I think, right, Ethan, for NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Don
Mhm.
Ross is another one for NBA that goes for money. So like, okay, this is the first off the line pack. Don Ross usually goes for money. The rookies this year are pretty good. The second year players are pretty good. LeBron is in there because LeBron is LeBron. Let me see what happens. And pretty much, you just gotta see, like, there's a number of packs. What's in, like, if there's autographs, there's memorabilia. You just gotta know what's in there and like really just tell yourself, okay, last year the pack went for $600, or people are reselling the pack from last year for $600. I should probably try to pay
Mhm.
around six or below six at most.
Hmm.
Or I don't know if
Yeah.
Ethan finds his. I know me and Ethan find our information from Discord, but I'm trying to go based off of how people could think about this, because some people just
Public information.
yeah.
um, yeah, like Dan said, that's the best way. Just look at the past cards that just came out. Just know the product of it. I mean, to show you right quick, this is something called Court Kings. Like you see the big difference in the card itself. This pack is like $500 just to have. It's just like the little things that itself that makes it unique. So if it's like a really unique card compared to just a basic one that just most of them look like this,
Yeah,
they'll
you
go
got
for more
like
money.
simple base cards like this, or within that pack, you could have, let me see, where the rookie rush, where it looks a little bit cooler. It's got the little stuff in the background, make it colorful, and you'll know that people will probably go for that over, the basic white background.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Dang. Wow.
Yeah, it's a process. You
And
can, you can't just
interesting.
jump in one day just saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this today." Like you got to do some research. You got to look up stuff. You got to figure out, is it worth buying the player? Is it worth buying a pack? Because
Yeah.
obviously you're not gonna get a Zion
Well,
Williamson in every single pack. So spending $1,000 on a pack, like you might as well just take that 1,000 and spend it on a Zion card somewhere. Like
yeah. Is that aftermarket any good? Would you say? Like, if you find those cars on eBay, is it worth buying?
you just gotta look at past sales. Don't be that a-hole that pays $20,000 for a card that only goes for 10K max. While everybody else is selling it for 10K. Like just look at
Yeah.
the sold option and see what it's sold at. All right, I'm gonna see if I find it below this or a little bit over, if anything. If I think this player can go up, and that's that.
Would you say there could be a difference between finding a card that isn't authenticated and finding that card, buying it, authenticating it, and then reselling it?
Yeah, that's
That could
honestly
be
what
a
some people
thing.
do. Like I know Ethan, obviously he didn't buy a graded Zion, because graded Zions right now are going for like 100,000, 50,000, 60,000. If you get it raw, you're probably paying like 1,000 to 2,000, and then you get it graded. And if it's a 10 out of 10, then there's your money right there.
I think the best
Wow.
way to go through it is the off season and injuries. Like since KD is hurt right now, his
Yeah.
value is going down. The off season, of course, no one's really paying attention until the season starts. So I think that's the best time to buy a card that that is goes for a lot but is losing value.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't got no more questions, guys. I think I've asked all the questions that any other viewer would ask, other than like, I feel like we can go all day about sports, but is there any other cards you would say in the future to look out for? Like, well, not really cards, but like, is there an expanse of other cards people could buy, like Yu-Gi-Oh or
Yeah,
like
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Pokemon?
Pokemon going crazy right now. I got some boxes over there that go for like $200, $300 right now. Like that's something else we could do in a different episode because I mean it's a little bit easier to explain because there's not so many factors. It just happens to just sell because based on the character. But with less than a minute,
Mm,
we'll have to do that in another episode. I know Ethan brought up NBA Top Shot, which is something me and Ethan just got into, and that's fun to talk about too. So we could do that next week.
that
Sure.
sounds good. Let's get it then.
Word.
Yeah.
So, guys, until then, peace.
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 Ethan, we had to come back, show the sneakers. We gave Chris some time 'cause I know Chris had an hour break lunch, and shout out to Chris for doing that, what he's been doing for us to keep the podcast flowing. But let's just show off these sneakers real quick. I got the UNC ones. Bro, I debated so hard keeping these. I was debating this last week, even when we recorded the episode, and I am very glad I kept them. These are too fire. I already bought a bunch of stuff to try to match it, and I wore them once around the crib on All-Star Sunday. I was like, yo, I need to wear these. I don't care where, I don't care how, I'm going to wear them, and I just wore them around the crib.
I'm gonna say this now. They're on debate for sure of the year already. Those are so clean. Like, tell me the quality.
The quality's crazy, because it's like, I would say it's the same quality as the Spider-Man ones. And you know that, like, those were, like, the tumble leather. The suede is really, really good. Like, it's not like, your Wolf Grade 3s, not to talk shit about them, but, it doesn't have pieces of suede faded out, and I don't see no paint chipping and shit like other sneakers that we've gotten in the past, where we just seeing, like, the leather just chipping already and stuff. Like, they did the thing with these, man. And they came with the black laces or the light blue laces. Seen a bunch of people put in white laces, but I don't know. Personally, I think it's like too much white down the middle.
Yeah,
So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just keep the black so it could pop a little bit more off the front.
I agree. Yeah, it would be too bright if you do white, in my opinion.
And the resale market on these is freaking crazy. That's why originally I felt bad keeping them, but shout out to D for hooking me up. So I'm not too mad about that.
Can't get it wrong. I agree.
Hell no, I was like exclusive access, and I got them a few days early. So it's been great. It's been a great 2 weeks with these. Well, a week, but 2 weeks. If you wanna.
Yeah, just getting.
I know you got some stuff you wanted to show too. What you got?
Ooh, some Carmines. These
Word.
beauties.
So they did a restock, right? 'Cause I know they're restocking very slowly because of the I know they're restocking very slowly because of the
I don't know if you can see it.
pink soles
It
and stuff.
has a little pink, a little. You can't really tell, honestly, unless you're like up close with a magnifying glass. You can't tell that you have that little pink sole in it. Like it doesn't.
I mean, because you've seen the old Carmines and you're a sneaker.
Yeah, exactly. So if from afar, if I tell you these are Carmines and they don't have the pink, you won't know. But for people that do know, yeah, they restock with the pink. You can't really tell at all, which I don't mind because I will wear these and you wouldn't tell from up top.
You think you gonna keep a pair for yourself at some point?
Eventually. Not yet, but eventually. Just because the Nike Air. Like, the Nike Air just makes everything in the Jordan, in my opinion.
That was my thing with them too. And then I just heard the quality on them wasn't that great, so I was kind of like, I'll pass. Because I know that the last few have been really good, like the Bread 4s, the Black Cement 3s, the Infrared 6s. Like, those have been pretty good. I know you told me the quality on them is a little shaky.
Yeah, this will get dirty immediately. It's not as clean as the older ones. Like, I don't like it as much. The stitching is good in my opinion because some of them be having that little string off already as soon as you get them. The Jumpman doesn't have any how the Jumpman looks ridiculous at times and then like sideways.
Yeah, it'd be slanting. And
it looks like a Shaq logo. Yeah, like this is actually clean. The little details are clean. I just don't like this material. It just doesn't bode well with me compared to like the UNC quality.
Word. How's pricing? They're like at 250, 300 right now. From what I remember, I don't know if they've changed dramatically at all.
They're at 250 because of this restock. I mean, everybody, their moms just out of nowhere, Foot Locker just released them and said, you know what? Just release the pink soles. So everybody, their moms has a pair now. They'll go back to 300. We know how this goes every February when they drop.
A shoe that hasn't been out in a minute.
Yep.
Yeah, and you got something else, right, that we want to discuss a little bit?
Yes, sir. The Black Cats.
Yo, Black Cats, who would have thought? I remember they were sitting at some point places, they were restocking, and people were like, resellers were the only people buying them, regular people weren't, and now they're in the 500 for men's, and like, how much are they in kids? I know it's a grade school. How much are they going for in grade school?
This is men's.
That's men's?
Yeah.
It looks like grade school. What size is
This is
that?
men's. This is 11 and a half.
I don't know. I guess because you're like, they look mad small for
Yeah.
them.
These right now are going for 500.
Yeah.
Grade school, probably even about the same, maybe a little less or a little more. But 500 compared to at 170 it was at one point. Like, that's ridiculous to me.
Yeah, they were literally going for like 200 around when did they drop? Last January?
I think, January or February? Probably January. You're probably right. Like, last week of January. Because February, March, I was still getting these last time.
Yeah,
I was making like
last year, COVID happened like right in the middle of March. So
I have 4 pairs of these, and sadly, I sold them for 210.
I still have them in that room. So I'm the holding.
Literally, you called it. You said all black 4s, they're gonna go up. And what did happen? $500.
The 4s are a weird shoe though, because honestly, I would never expect 4s to be worth so much. Like the Bread 4s, yeah, because the Bread 4s I haven't dropped them forever, and that's the Bread 4s. But a lot of the 4s are going for some crazy amounts now that I'm like, is the 4 making a little comeback right now?
I mean, it's to debate. Maybe even top 2, top 3 retro all time at this point.
Yeah, because I mean, it's the 11s, the 1s, and then after that,
up for debate. Like,
up for
it could be any.
the 3s, the 4s, maybe the 6s.
The 6s up for debate. You don't know which one would be favored as third.
Maybe the 12s. Cause I know some people aren't crazy about them, but the 12 colorways, in my opinion, are pretty dope. Because that's a shoe that like everybody cops no matter what. Like I'm thinking based off of like if they release this color, like will people cop it no matter what color it is?
Yep. The full games, the fresh blues, like those are clean.
Yeah, because I mean the 7s, they haven't really been doing a lot of 7s like that, and the 7s are really hit or miss, in my opinion. The 8s. Nobody likes the 8s. I don't know why. Only like real Jordan heads or Jordan fans love the 8s. The 9s, I feel like they just keep dropping the same colors every other year. So
exactly.
That'll be a nice debate when we have Chris on here. We can bring that up.
Yep. Top 5 retros of all time.
Not including the 1s and the 11s. I like that.
It's an arguable debate.
Yeah, we'll bring it up with him. You know he's an old head. He might bring out some 15s or 16s or something. We'll be like, you want the what?
He would say that.
But Chris, I don't know, because Chris, he knows his stuff. So that's why he'll bring up a color. I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, you right. You got a point there.
Like maybe those red suede 21s and packs. You can see him saying that.
Word, I definitely could see Chris saying something like that. But that's the full episode now. We'll leave it at that. We'll be back tomorrow with the podcast and Knicks play tonight, so get my reaction there and Chris's reaction. I know Ethan loves hearing about us talk about the Knicks for like 15 minutes on a podcast. Nothing better than that, right?
Of course, I love breaking their hearts when I say they lose. Like it's such a great feeling.
Oh my god, yo, we're gonna make a bet. We're gonna make a bet tomorrow. We play OKC next. We're making this bet tomorrow. All right?
That's fine.
All right, bet. Say less. But Ethan, I'll see you tomorrow, bro. Until then, peace.
Peace.